You are sitting in your living room in small-town Ohio, or maybe you are driving your truck down a quiet highway in Texas, feeling like just another face in the crowd. You have worked hard, you have prayed, yet you feel like the world is moving on without you. But what if I told you that right now, in the high-stakes halls of power you never see, your name is being spoken? What if I told you that a person of immense influence, someone with the keys to doors you didn't even know existed, is preparing to walk into your life with an offer so insane, so massive, it will make your head spin? This is not a coincidence. This is not luck. You are the chosen one. For years, you have been the underdog. You have been the person people looked past. But there is a shift happening in the atmosphere. The Bible tells us in the book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 16, that the last shall be first. And friend, your time at the back of the line has officially come to an end. This powerful individual isn't looking for the elites. They aren't looking for the people who have had everything handed to them. They are looking for you. They have seen your resilience. They have seen the way you carry yourself when no one is watching. And they are about to make you an offer that will change your family's legacy forever. But here is the real question. Why now? Why would someone with everything choose to reach out to you? It is because they see something you have buried deep inside. They see a grit, a loyalty, and a divine spark that the privileged elite lost a long time ago. We are talking about a total shift in your reality. We are talking about an offer that doesn't just involve money, though it will involve plenty of that. It involves authority. It involves a seat at a table you were told you'd only ever serve. Brace yourself, because when this door opens, it isn't going to creak. It is going to swing wide with a force that will shake everyone who ever doubted you. They thought you were finished. They thought you were stuck in that 9-to-5 grind forever. They were wrong. You aren't just a worker. You aren't just a citizen. You are a strategic asset in a much larger plan. Think about it. Why have you felt such an intense pressure lately? Why has the struggle felt so heavy? It's because the enemy knows the offer is coming. The forces that want to keep you small are terrified because they know once you say yes to this person, you become untouchable. This isn't just a career move. This is a divine counterattack against every limitation that has ever been placed on your life. You need to understand the magnitude of this. This person, this leader who is about to approach you, they don't make mistakes. They have been watching your moves. They saw how you handled that crisis last year. They saw how you stayed true to your values when it would have been easier to sell out. And now, they are ready to bet the farm on you. Are you going to sit back and wonder, what if? Or are you going to be ready when that phone rings? Are you going to let fear talk you out of your destiny? Or are you going to stand up and claim what is yours? This is about reclaiming control. This is about protecting your family's future. This is about proving that the American dream isn't dead. It's just been waiting for the right person to wake it up. And that person is you. But there is a catch. There is always a catch when an offer is this big. This isn't a free ride. It's a call to arms. It's a demand for your absolute best. This powerful person isn't coming to save you. They are coming to partner with you to build something that lasts. They need your heart. They need your toughness. They need the chosen one. I want you to take a deep breath. Feel that fire in your chest. That isn't just excitement. That is your spirit Recognizing the truth. The world wants you to stay quiet. The media wants you to feel like a victim. But you are a victor. You are a warrior. And the commander is about to give you your orders. Keep watching, because in the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly how to recognize this person when they appear. If you miss the signs, you might mistake this life-changing offer for just another too good to be true moment. You cannot afford to blink. You cannot afford to turn away, because the details of this offer are about to be laid out, and if you aren't prepared for the scale of what is coming, you might just buckle under the weight of your own blessing. Wait until you hear the 3 specific signs that this individual is entering your orbit. It's happening much faster than you think. Listen closely, because we are moving past the initial shock and into the heart of why this is happening. In the high-stakes game of life, people think power is something that is just handed out in Ivy League classrooms or closed-door meetings in Darcy. They are wrong. True power is always looking for a foundation. It is looking for someone with a backbone made of steel and a heart rooted in the Word. You might be wondering, why would a person of such massive influence need me? The answer is simple. The elites are failing. The experts have spent decades making a mess of things, and now the true leaders, the ones who actually hold the keys to the future, are desperate for someone they can actually trust. They are tired of the yes men. They are tired of the weak-willed bureaucrats. They are looking for a chosen one who has been tested in the fire of real-life struggle. Think about the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 16. When the prophet Samuel went to the house of Jesse to find a king, he didn't pick the tallest or the strongest-looking brothers. He went straight to the field to find the shepherd boy. Sir. Oh, why? Because the shepherd boy had been fighting lions and bears while no one was watching. He had developed a grit that couldn't be taught in a palace. That is exactly what is happening to you right now. This powerful person, let's call him the architect of opportunity, has seen you fighting your own lions. He has seen you keep your head up while the economy crumbled. He has seen you stay loyal to your family while everyone else was looking for an easy way out. He knows that if he gives you a platform, you won't fold under pressure. But you need to understand the crisis this person is facing. They are surrounded by betrayal. In the world of high-level business and global influence, loyalty is the rarest currency on earth. They are about to make you an insane offer because they are backed into a corner and they need a fighter. They aren't offering you a job. They are offering you an alliance. They are saying, I have the resources, but you have the character. If we join forces, we become unstoppable. This is the logic of the counterattack. When the world sees you as a victim of circumstances, the architect sees you as the secret weapon. He is going to offer you a position of authority that bypasses years of climbing the ladder. He's going to hand you a blank check of trust. But brace yourself, because this offer will require you to leave your comfort zone behind forever. You cannot walk through this door carrying your old insecurities. You cannot bring your I'm not good enough attitude into the room with a man who is betting millions on your potential. And let's talk about the insane part of this offer. We aren't just talking about a 20% raise. We are talking about a total restructuring of your life. This person is going to offer to clear your debts, to fund your biggest vision, and to put you in charge of people who used to look down on you. It sounds like a dream, but for the architect, it's a calculated move. He knows that by elevating you, He is securing his own legacy. He knows that your gratitude and your God-given integrity are worth more than any MBA. But here is where most people fail. When the offer hits the table, their first instinct is to say, "There must be a mistake." They look at their bank account or their past failures, and they try to talk the architect out of it. Do not do that. That is the trap of the enemy. If you argue with your blessing, you are essentially telling God that his timing is wrong. You have to realize that this person isn't looking at your past. They are looking at your trajectory. They see where you are going. They see the chosen one status that has been marked on your life since before you were born. The Bible says in the book of Proverbs, chapter 22, verse 29, "Do you see a man skilled in his work? He will stand before kings. He will not stand before obscure men." You have been honing your skills in the shadows. You have been praying for an opening. Now, the king is sending a messenger. This powerful individual is coming with an offer that includes a master plan for your community and your family. They want to use your hands to build something that the world said was impossible. But why are they doing it now? Because the window of opportunity is closing. The world is shifting into a new era, and the old ways of doing things are being burned away. Those who stand with the architect now will be the ones who lead the reconstruction. This is about seizing the high ground. This is about taking back the territory that the global elites have stolen from the hardworking people of this country. Are you prepared for the level of responsibility this brings? This insane offer isn't just about luxury. It's about stewardship. It's about becoming a pillar. The architect is going to ask you to make decisions that affect hundreds, maybe thousands of lives. He's going to give you the resources to be the person who provides for others. He's going to make you the Joseph of your generation, the one who was sold into slavery only to become the right hand of Pharaoh so he could save his people from the famine. You have been in the pit. You have been in the prison. Now, the chariot is waiting at the gate. But I want to warn you, there will be people in your life, friends, even family, who will try to talk you out of this. They will see the offer and they will call it dangerous or unrealistic. They will tell you to play it safe. They will tell you to stay in your lane, but they don't see what the architect sees. They don't know the conversations that have been happening in the spirit realm. You have to be ready to stand alone if necessary. You have to be ready to say, "I didn't seek this, but I will not shrink from it." This is your moment of phase transition. You are moving from the audience to the stage. You are moving from the consumer to the producer. And here's the most shocking part of the offer. The architect doesn't just want your work. He wants your perspective. He's going to ask you, "What do you see that I'm missing?" He's going to value your common sense over the refined theories of his advisors. He's going to put you in a room with world beaters and tell them to listen to you. Can you handle that? Can you look a billionaire or a high-ranking official in the eye and speak the truth? Because that is exactly what you are being called to do. The offer is insane because the world is insane, and it takes a chosen one to bring order back to the chaos. Stay with me, because in the next section, we are going to look at the twist. There is a specific reason why this person is coming to you instead of someone with a better resume. There is a hidden agenda, a divine one that involves a total reversal of fortunes. If you think you know how this ends, you are mistaken. The real strategy is much deeper than money. It is about a legacy that will be talked about for 100 years. You are about to see the master plan revealed. Do not look away. Your life is about to be measured in before and after this moment. Now, let's peel back the curtain and look at the twist. You see, most people think an offer from a powerful person is just about a bigger paycheck. They think it is about a fancy title or a new office in a glass building. But the architect of opportunity isn't playing a short game. He is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. There is a specific, strategic reason why he is bypassing the experts and coming straight to your front door. The twist is this: the elites have become a liability. In the world of high-level power, those who have made it often become soft, entitled, and worst of all, predictable. They are easily bought, easily intimidated, and they have no skin in the game. The architect knows that the system is currently standing on a foundation of sand. He knows that when the next storm hits, and it is coming, the people who have had everything handed to them will be the first to run. Osho, he is coming to you because you are an unknown variable. You are the black swan that the opposition never saw coming. By making you this insane offer, the architect is performing a strategic reversal. He is injecting a dose of raw, unfiltered reality into his inner circle. He needs someone who remembers what it's like to worry about the price of gas. He needs someone who knows the value of a hard day's work and the importance of a handshake. He is using your life as a weapon to disrupt the status quo. Think about the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 14. You were born for such a time as this. Esther wasn't a politician. She wasn't a queen by blood. She was an orphan from a displaced people. But she had a courage that the seasoned advisors in the palace lacked. When the crisis hit, she was the only one who could stand in the gap. The powerful person approaching you has identified a massive crisis of integrity in his own organization. He has realized that he is surrounded by people who are only there for the perks. He is making you an offer because he needs a lieutenant of truth. He is going to give you the authority to cut through the red tape and the lies. He's going to say, I'll give you the resources, but I want you to be my eyes and ears on the ground. I want you to tell me what the people are really saying, not what my consultants think I want to hear. This is why the offer is so insane. He is essentially offering to make you his vanguard. But let's talk about the master plan. This isn't just about your personal success. The architect is building a parallel system. He sees that the current institutions are crumbling: the banks, the media, the big corporations. They are losing the trust of the American people. He is looking to build something new. Something grounded in traditional values and real-world results, and he wants you to be one of the foundation stones. He is going to offer you a vesting of authority. This means he isn't just giving you a task. He is giving you a piece of the future. He's going to offer you ownership in a project that will redefine your entire industry. It's an offer designed to create generational wealth. The kind of money that doesn't just pay your bills, but pays for your grandchildren's education and builds community centers in your hometown. But why you? Why not the guy with the Harvard degree and the 20-year resume? Because that guy is a servant of the old system. He is trained to follow the rules that are currently failing us. You, on the other hand, have been trained by life. You have a survival intelligence that cannot be taught. You know how to pivot. You know how to make something out of nothing. Most importantly, you have a moral compass that hasn't been calibrated by the corrupt winds of high society. The architect knows that if he gives $1 million to a corporate shark, that shark will spend it on a yacht. But if he gives it to a chosen one, a person who has prayed through the lean years, that person will use it to build a legacy. They will use it to honor God and protect their neighbors. This is the strategic counterattack. The enemy wants to keep the wealth and the power in the hands of the few, but God is moving the pieces. He is prompting the hearts of powerful men to look toward the hidden ones. Go. Are you starting to see the scale of this? You aren't just getting a break. You are being recruited for a mission. The offer will likely come when you least expect it. It might be a casual conversation that turns into a serious proposal. It might be an email from a name you recognize but never thought would contact you. When it happens, the architect will test you. He will throw a mini crisis your way just to see how you react. He wants to see if you stay calm or if you panic. He wants to see if you protect your own interests or if you look out for the team. The logic is simple. A man who is faithful in the small things will be faithful in the large ones. You have been faithful in the small things, friend. You have been faithful when the bank account was at zero. You have been faithful when the health report was bad. You have been faithful when you were being slandered behind your back. You thought no one was watching, but the architect was taking notes. Thus, now he is ready to settle the score. He is ready to flip the script on everyone who said you'd never amount to anything. But here is the real kicker. This powerful person. He knows he's taking a risk on you, and he likes it in a world of safe bets that keep failing. He wants a long shot that has the favor of God on his side. He is betting on your divine X factor. He is going to offer you a seat at the war room table. He's going to ask for your input on high-level strategy. He's going to ask you how to reach the forgotten man and woman because he knows you are one of them. He's going to use your story to inspire thousands. Do you realize what this means? Your struggle wasn't a mistake. It was your credential. Every tear you shed, every hour you spent working 2 jobs, every prayer you whispered in the dark, those were your prerequisites for this insane offer. Brace yourself, because the architect is about to step out of the shadows. He is about to make a move that will leave the global elites scratching their heads in confusion. They won't understand how someone like you got to where you are. They won't understand how you have so much influence. They won't understand because they don't know about the Chosen One protocol. But you do. And soon, the whole world will see the results. Stay tuned, because in the next section, we are going to break down the decision matrix. When this offer hits your desk, how do you handle the pressure? How do you ensure you don't sabotage your own miracle? We are going to look at the 3 non-negotiables you must demand before you sign on the dotted line. You are the one with the leverage now. It's time you started acting like it. Now we are entering the war room phase. When this insane offer hits your desk, and believe me, it is already in motion, the world will expect you to just bow down and say, "Thank you." But that is not how a chosen one operates. You have to realize that at this very moment, you hold a type of leverage that money cannot buy. The architect of opportunity has the capital. Yes, he has the connections. But he does not have your soul, your street smarts, or your divine favor. He is coming to you because he is spiritually bankrupt in certain areas where you are a billionaire. You must approach this offer with a decision matrix rooted in strength, not desperation. The first thing you have to understand is the law of alignment. When this powerful person sits across from you, maybe in a high-back leather chair in a skyscraper, or maybe over a steak at a quiet diner in the Midwest, they are going to test your boundaries. They want to see if you are a hireling or a partner. A hireling takes the money and does what he is told. A partner takes the responsibility and does what is right. The Bible says in the book of Galatians, chapter 1, verse 10, "Am I now seeking the approval of man or of God?" If you accept this offer just for the comfort it brings, you will lose the very X factor that made you attractive to the architect in the first place. You have to be prepared to walk away if the offer requires you to compromise your core values. This is the strategic paradox. The more willing you are to walk away from the deal, the more the architect will realize he cannot afford to lose you. He is looking for someone who cannot be bought, even as he tries to buy your time and talent. Here is the insane reality of the offer this person is going to offer you: a blanket of immunity. They are going to tell you that they will handle the politics, the lawyers, and the noise, as long as you deliver the results. They are offering to be your shield so you can be their sword. This is a level of protection that most people spend a lifetime trying to build. But for you, it's being offered as a signing bonus. But brace yourself for the price of the calling. Every major promotion in the kingdom of God and in the world of men comes with a social tax. The moment you accept this offer, your circle will change. You will have to say goodbye to average. You will have to distance yourself from the people who are comfortable with good enough. The architect is going to demand an elite level of execution. He is going to call you at 11 p.m. because he had a breakthrough and he needs your chosen one perspective to validate it. This is where the counterattack becomes personal. The enemy, the forces of the old guard, will see you rising. They will see this powerful person pouring resources into you, and they will try to character assassinate you. They will dig into your past in some small town in Indiana or Georgia, trying to find a mistake you made 10 years ago to prove you aren't qualified. But here is the master plan response. Your qualification doesn't come from a clean record. It comes from a transformed heart. The architect knows about your flaws. He's already done the background check. He doesn't care. He cares about your future capacity. He cares about the fact that when you fall, you get back up. He's looking for a resilience index that the silver spoon elites simply do not possess. When you look at the terms of the offer, I want you to look for the 3 non-negotiables. First, autonomy. You must have the right to say no to tactics that violate your conscience. If the architect is truly who he says he is, he will respect this. He needs a conscience, not a yes man. Second, legacy. Wealth. This offer shouldn't just be a salary, it should be equity. It should be something you can pass down to your children's children. We are talking about reclaiming the American heritage of ownership. The globalist agenda wants you to be a perpetual renter, renting your home, renting your car, renting your life. The chosen one offer is about title deeds. Third, impact. You must ensure that this partnership allows you to lift others up. The architect is going to give you a distribution pipeline. You need to use it to pour back into the people and the places that the world has forgotten. Why is this person making such an insane offer? Because they are hedging against the collapse. They see the writing on the wall. They know the old world order is failing, and they are trying to seed the new world with people of character. You are a seed. You are the insurance policy for their legacy. Don't let the imposter syndrome whisper in your ear. Don't let it tell you that you are just a regular guy or just a stay-at-home mom. God doesn't call the qualified. He qualifies the called. And right now, the architect is the instrument of qualification. You are about to enter a phased transition where your daily problems change from how do I pay the electric bill to how do I manage this multi-million-dollar expansion. It is a different kind of stress, but it is a productive stress. It is the weight of the crown. I want you to visualize the moment the offer is finalized. You aren't just signing a contract. You are signing a declaration of independence. You are declaring independence from the system of scarcity. You are entering the system of abundance. But remember, the architect is a high-value target. By standing with him, you are putting a target on your own back. You will be entering the line of fire. This is why you need the armor of God more than ever. You need to stay grounded in the Word. You need to keep your prayer closet as your primary situation. If you try to handle this offer in your own strength, the weight of it will crush you. But if you handle it as a steward of the Most High, the weight will become wings. Wait until you see how this alliance starts to manifest in your local community. People who used to ignore you will suddenly be looking to you for leadership. The very gatekeepers who blocked your path will be the ones holding the door open for you. It's going to be shocking. It's going to be sudden. And it's going to be irreversible. Keep your eyes wide open. The architect is closer than you think. He might be watching your social media right now. He might be listening to your testimony in a small church group. He is looking for a vessel. Are you ready to be poured out? Stay with me for the next section, because we are going to talk about the execution phase. Once you say yes to the offer, how do you hit the ground running? How do you make sure your first 90 days are a total victory? The counterattack is moving into active engagement. You need to know how to fight on this new levels. The offer is on the table. The pen is in your hand. What happens next will be legendary. Welcome to the front lines. You have accepted the offer. The ink is dry, and the architect of opportunity has handed you the keys. But this is where the real war begins. Most people think that once they get their big break, they can finally relax on a beach somewhere. They think the chosen one status is a retirement plan. They couldn't be more wrong. In the American kingdom of strategy, getting the offer is just the deployment. Now, you have to hold the ground you've been given. The architect didn't bring you in to be a figurehead. He brought you in to be a disruptor. The first 90 days of this new alliance are critical. You are in the execution phase. This is where you prove to the architect and to the forces of opposition that you aren't just a charity case, but a calculation of genius. You need to move with a sense of urgency that shocks the people around you. While the bureaucrats are waiting for a meeting to schedule a meeting, you need to be making moves. You need to be executing the master plan with a precision that leaves no room for doubt. Think about the book of Nehemiah. When Nehemiah got the insane offer from King Artaxerxes to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, he didn't just show up and start talking. He inspected the walls at night. He identified the weak points. He organized the people so that every man built the wall in front of his own house. And most importantly, he told them to work with a trowel in one hand and a sword in the other. That is your new operational protocol. You are building your legacy with one hand, and you are fighting off the skeptics with the others. The old guard. The people who have controlled your industry or your community for years are going to try to sabotage your first win. They will try to gaslight you into thinking you're in over your head. They will use corporate jargon or political maneuvering to try to make you feel small. But here is your counterattack strategy. You don't play their game. You don't use their language. You stick to the core logic that got you here. Truth, results, and divine favor. When they try to complicate things, you simplify. When they try to slow you down, you accelerate. You have the backing of the architect, which means you have bypass authority. You can go straight to the source of the problem and fix it while they are still arguing about the process. This is the strategic advantage of the chosen one. You aren't politically correct. You are spiritually correct. The architect is going to give you a war chest of resources. I'm talking about billion-dollar level assets technology, manpower, and media influence. Your job is to deploy these assets into the forgotten sectors of the country. You are going to build factories in the Rust Belt. You are going to fund alternative education that actually teaches kids how to think and lead. You are going to create parallel systems of health and finance that the global elites cannot cancel. Why is this person trusting you with this? Because he knows you won't sell out. He knows that your middle-class American values are the only thing that can save the enterprise from cultural decay. Same your show. But let's talk about the mental warfare. During this execution phase, you will face internal resistance. The voice of scarcity will whisper that the money will run out, or that the architect will change his mind. You have to silence the noise. You have to realize that this isn't just a financial transaction, it's a covenantal shift. The Bible says in the book of Joshua, chapter 1, verse 9, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." You are occupying territory. Every meeting you lead, every contract you sign, every life you change is a blow to the enemy, thus. And here is the twist in the execution. The more successful you become, the more the architect will step back into the shadows. He wants to see if you can lead without his constant supervision. He is testing your sovereignty. He wants to see if you will become a puppet or a prince. Do not become a puppet. Do not start acting like the elites just because you are now sitting in their rooms. Keep your truck driver heart. Keep your prayer warrior spirit. The moment you stop being real is the moment you lose your power. The architect is watching how you treat the small people now that you are big. He's watching to see if you remember the waitress in the diner or the janitor in the lobby. If you stay humble in the heights, God will ensure you never fall. But if you become haughty in the palace, your total collapse will be televised. You are currently in the refiner's fire of leadership. This insane offer was the invitation, but your character is the admission. Brace yourself, because the counterattack from the world is going to get loud. They are going to call you extreme. They are going to call you dangerous. They are going to try to debank you and deplatform you. But they don't realize that you are now part of an untouchable network. The architect has fortified your position. He has legal teams that don't lose. He has security teams that don't sleep. He has media outlets that tell the truth. You are no longer a lone wolf. You are the leader of the pack. I want you to imagine the first major victory. Maybe it's a ribbon-cutting ceremony for a project that everyone said was impossible. Maybe it's a quarterly report that shows you've outperformed the globalist corporations by 300%. When that moment happens, do not take the glory for yourself. Point to the architect and point to the Almighty. This is the master plan in action. We are taking back the culture. We are taking back the economy. We are taking back the future of our children. You were chosen because you have the grit to handle the glory without letting it corrupt you. You were chosen because you are a fighter who knows how to win. Stay sharp. Stay vigilant. The final phase of this transition is approaching, and it involves a public revelation that will change the world's perception of you forever. They are about to find out that the ordinary person they mocked is actually the secret architect of the new American era. The insane offer was just the beginning. The real results are about to be unveiled. Are you ready to step into the global spotlight? Because the architect is about to introduce you to the world. And believe me, they aren't ready for you. The moment of strategic unveiling has arrived. For months, or perhaps years, you have been working in the shadows of success. You have been executing the architect's plan, building the infrastructure, and securing the perimeter of your new empire. But the chosen one protocol was never meant to stay hidden forever. The Bible tells us in the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 14, that a city set on a hill cannot be hidden. And friend, you have become that city. The insane offer that started as a private conversation has now manifested into a public reality that the global elites can no longer ignore. Brace yourself, because the world is about to see the full scale of what you have built. The architect is stepping aside to let you take the center stage. This is the final test of the master plan. He is introducing you not as his employee, but as his successor. He is telling the world economic powers and the media gatekeepers, this is the person you overlooked. This is the one you said was just a worker from a flyover state. Look at what they have done. Look at the authority they now command. This is the ultimate counterattack. It is the moment when the last officially becomes first in the eyes of the entire world. When you step into that spotlight, whether it's on a national stage, a global summit, or the front page of every major outlet, you must carry yourself with a divine authority. Do not apologize for your success. Do not minimize the insane wealth and massive influence you now possess. The enemies of progress will try to shame you. They will call you lucky or privileged. They will try to claim that you didn't earn it. But you know the truth. You know about the midnight prayers. You know about the tears in the garage. You know about the decisions of steel you had to make when the crisis hit in phase 2. You didn't just inherit this, you occupied it. You were strategically deployed by God to reclaim the territory that the corrupt elite had surrendered. The public revelation will trigger a total shift in the social hierarchy. Those who once mocked you will now be scrambling to get on your calendar. The corporate giants who tried to crush your small business will now be begging for a merger. But you must remember the architect's logic. We are not here to join the old system. We are here to replace it. You are going to use your legacy power to protect the forgotten American. You are going to use your seat at the high table to ensure that the small town values of faith, family, and freedom are never canceled again. This is the total victory. This is why the offer was so insane, because the outcome was always meant to be revolutionary. Think about the book of Daniel. Chapter 2. Daniel was a captive in a foreign land, but because he stayed true to his God and his integrity, he was elevated to the highest position in the Babylonian Empire. When the wise men and the astrologers failed, the king turned to the chosen one. And when Daniel succeeded, the king fell on his face and declared that Daniel's God was the God of gods. That is your trajectory. Your success is going to force the world to acknowledge the divine factor. They won't be able to explain your efficiency or your resilience using their standard metrics. They will have to admit that there is a higher power at work in your life. But stay vigilant. The final attempt of the enemy will be to seduce you. Now that you are at the top, they will offer you the keys to the secret societies. They will offer you awards, honorary degrees, and invitations to their private islands. They want to absorb you so you stop being a threat. You must remain untouchable. Your loyalty remains with the Architect and the Almighty. Your mission is to institutionalize the Chosen One protocol. You aren't just one person anymore. You are a movement. You are going to start training the next generation of fighters. You are going to use your vast resources to create think tanks and incubators that produce more people like you, people who can't be bought, can't be bullied, and can't be beaten. This is how you build an everlasting legacy. You don't just build buildings, you build leaders. You don't just accumulate capital, you accumulate character. The architect is smiling because he sees the return on investment. He took a risk on a humble heart in Middle America, and he received a kingdom warrior who changed the direction of the nation. The insane offer has paid off 1,000-fold. As we close this chapter, I want you to look in the mirror. You aren't the same person who started this video. You have leveled up in the spirit. You have internalized the strategy. You are now conditioned for conquest. The anxiety of the old life has been replaced by the certainty of the new calling. The counterattack is complete. The new era has begun, and you are the one holding the gavel. The world will try to tell you that this was a once-in-a-lifetime fluke. They are wrong. This is the new standard. This is the blueprint for every chosen one who is willing to stand up and fight back. The powerful person is already reaching for the phone. The contract is being drafted in the heavenly courts. The offer is about to be delivered to your physical reality. Brace yourself, not because you are afraid, but because you are ready. Not because you are lucky, but because you are authorized. The architect is calling. The table is set. The offer is insane. And your answer is yes. We have traveled a long road together in this video, from the quiet living rooms of Heartland America to the high-stakes boardrooms of the powerful. We have seen the divine blueprint for your life. This story isn't just a fantasy. It is a prophetic map for the chosen one who is tired of living a small life when they were born for big territory. The insane offer we've talked about is real. It may not come in a gold-leafed envelope, but it will come in the form of an assignment that feels too big for you when it arrives. Remember the lesson of the architect. He doesn't need your perfection. He needs your position. He needs you to be in the right place, with the right heart, at the right time. The lesson of this journey is simple but profound. Your struggle was the tuition for your sovereignty. Every no you received from the world was God's way of keeping you pure for the big yes that is coming. You were hidden so you couldn't be corrupted before the unveiling. As you go about your week, keep your spiritual antenna up. Watch for the architect. He shows up in the most unexpected places. He shows up when you are being faithful in the ordinary. And when he makes that offer, the one that makes your heart race and your palms sweat, don't you dare shrink back. Stand up. Speak up. Step up. You are the chosen one. You are the answer to a crisis you didn't even know existed. You are the counterattack that the enemy didn't see coming. I want to thank you for staying with me until the very end. It shows that you have the attention span and the hunger required for elite leadership. Most people would have clicked away by now, looking for a quick fix. But you are building for the long haul. You are legacy-minded. Now, I want to hear from you. This journey of the Chosen One is a shared mission. We are building a community of fighters who are ready to reclaim the future. If you enjoyed this video and you are ready to accept your insane offer, please comment the number 999 below. This is our signal that you are locked in and ready for deployment. If you felt something was missing or you have a different perspective, please comment the number 0. I value your honest feedback because we are here to build high-level content for high-level people. Or just leave a comment and let us know your current point of view. We read every single one. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We are just getting started. The master plan has many more phases, and you do not want to miss the next briefing. By subscribing, you are joining the network. You are securing your seat in the war room. The architect is moving. The offer is coming. Are you braced? Stay strong, stay faithful, and remember Shro. The best is not just yet to come. It is being built by you right now. God bless you, and God bless the chosen ones.